Cool. Hi, Tiffany and Hieu. Thank you for taking the time to talk to Spirit of Vietnam Radio. Today is day one of the Leadership Summit by UVSA Ontario. So to start things off, I'd like you to introduce yourselves. Tiffany, could you tell us a bit about yourself? What university you're from and what is your role in UVSA?
Yeah, so yes, my name is Tiffany. I'm the External Vice President, and so that means I do a lot of community engagement. So outside the student and university population and college population, I connect Vietnamese communities and organizations together. And as for university, I did my undergraduate at the University of Ottawa, and my master's degree at McMaster University. And I was involved in the Vietnamese Student Associations in both.
Okay. You've been involved with the UVSA for a few years already, right?
Yeah, so funny story is that I actually started as part of UVSA Ontario actually 2-3 years ago. Okay. And I was actually external VP as well. And then afterwards, which I did take a break from it, but then I decided, seeing as I myself was exposed to the Vietnamese community again, and really seeing how students were so passionate about giving back, I myself decided to take on the role of co-president of UVSA Ontario this year.
Okay, and you're from which university?
So the school that I went to, I did my undergrad at Western University, majoring in interdisciplinary medical sciences.
Okay, great. Now about the Leadership Summit. This is the second year that you're holding it.
Yes.
How was the last year's event, and were you part of last year's?
Yes. So both of us were actually were able to experience the Leadership Summit last year. Yeah. I myself was a volunteer, so just being able to actually be behind the scenes and really seeing how the event actually played out. That was something that I really took for granted, and it's one where you see all these individuals working together towards an event, and really seeing the fire lit up within the attendees that attended. That was just something that was just beyond what I expected, and from there I hope through this we can continue that journey.
Okay.
I was a little different. Yeah, I was an attendee. I wasn't a volunteer, so. He definitely saw a little bit more of the backstage, but I saw kind of everything as it was planned, and so it was a one-day event. It was also in downtown Toronto.
Okay.
And it consisted of workshops, families, so smaller groups that could bond, and keynote speaker and a keynote panel. So it's very similar to this year's, but I did have a fantastic time at the first one as well.
Now this year seems to be bigger. You have 2 days rather than one. And what's the thinking behind this year's event? Is there a theme, and who are the main speakers coming to this year's?
Yeah, so the sole purpose of the reason why we went for a 2-day excursion for this Leadership Summit was because hearing feedback from last year where certain members didn't feel as connected to their family groups or didn't really take much from the summit itself, we decided to really extend the time for people to really sink in the knowledge and the expertise that they can get from the workshop speakers, as well as being able to bond alongside the attendees. Many of the workshop speakers today are more so that are coming in are able to really inspire and cultivate the leadership within the individuals. Right. The theme this year is revolving unleashing the power within. So really making sure that people who are to say if they're not ones where they're not too comfortable or they're in a situation where they're not able to adapt, this is the summit which we're willing to awaken that inner potential.
Okay. Tiffany, could you talk about some of the speakers that you're having this year?
Yeah, most definitely. We are very, very privileged to have 2 keynote speakers. So the first one, the one that is presenting today, his name is Nam Nguyen. He is a Canadian figure skater who has won titles for Canada and in the world as well. So we're very lucky to have someone who is Vietnamese, who is an athlete and dedicated to being a role model for other athletes and other Vietnamese individuals. So we're definitely looking forward to that. The other keynote speaker that we have is Go An Lang Nguyen, who is very prominent in the American and Canadian Vietnamese community. She founded her own nonprofit organization, and she has really inspired a lot of young individuals through her keynote speeches as how to be a leader and how to well, essentially unleash the power within, and that's why we have her here today. And so we're very lucky to have her on the second day as well as our keynote speaker.
Okay, great. And what do you hope the attendees to come away with for this leadership summit? What would be a successful summit to you?
That's a great question. I think based on the theme that we have, maybe feeling a little more empowered, so a little bit more that they are capable of inciting change or starting something or just following what their passions are. So increasing that comfort zone almost within their own personality, their own identity, and the Vietnamese community.
Okay,
yeah, I think would be a successful summit.
Yeah. Okay. Anything to add?
Yes, absolutely. A lot of the points that Tiffany brought up, it's one where like I feel that the summit, the message that's being revolved and really being directed towards the attendees that are a part of this is that we really want them to really take away and learn as much as through this experience and really become the next generation of leaders, right? Being able to give back to their community, being able to work alongside other attendees who themselves may not feel empowered. So just being able to give this opportunity for them to be better is really the goal of the summit.
Okay, and you expect how many participants in this year's summit? How many people are coming?
So our expected participants this year is going to be around 65 attendees.
Okay.
And then to accompany the 65 attendees, we have 35 amazing staff.
Okay. And there are also people coming from the US, right?
Yes, amazing thing is like our outreach has been able to reach outer regions through being able through word of mouth, through social media, and they themselves have come far and wide really to come support this summit.
Okay, so this is like a North American
yes,
kind of
absolutely,
event.
yeah.
Okay, right. And there is another event coming up in Vancouver this summer, right? Could you talk a
Yes,
bit
that's
about
right.
that?
Yeah, so a little bit related to some of our visitors from the United States that we have at our summit here. Our partner organization, one of them is the Union of North American Vietnamese Student Associations, or UNAVSA as we like to call it. And so it's pretty much like a continental Vietnamese student association, and so UVSA Ontario is part of that. And it's similar to the summit, but a lot larger scale because everyone in North America has been invited to attend, and so it is also a series of workshop speakers, meeting other people from different VSAs, getting different perspectives, and their theme is not unleashing the power within, it's beyond the horizon, yours to discover, and so it's talking about how we can take our leadership skills and bring them forward into, well, our dreams, into the horizon. Yeah.
Okay, so that's when? What are the dates?
It's July 25th to July 28th, is that right? Yes.
Yes, July 5th, yeah.
Okay.
That's
yes.
right.
All right, well, thank you very much, Tiffany and Hieu, for taking the time, and I wish you success for this summit.
Thank you very much.
Yes, absolutely, yeah, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, my pleasure.
Thank you.